I think what it is, if I had to guess, is I think I don't. You guys tell me what you think. If if you is this a Capcom problem or is this just a video games in general problem? Video gamers in general, I think they don't understand how good they have it. I mean, even me, you've heard me complain about games having too much content. But a lot of people just bitch about how everything's expensive, even though games are now the cheapest thing in the world. Like if I want to order pizza for myself, it costs what a video game costs. Like that's basically where we're at. I could get a little cheaper if I go get it myself. But anyway, so I guess Capcom feels like the way people complain about games, they complain when it's the same shit over and over again, and they complain when you change things. So they've taken the route with Resident Evil, with Monster Hunter, with Street Fighter, any of their major franchises that give them money. They've taken the compromise route. They're going to give you the same old shit, but they're going to pack a bunch of extra shit into it. Right? So, whatever that means, whether that means cosmetic things, whether that means mechanics and systems, whether that means just more stuff you have to do, like blood crafting, like whatever it is that they could say, like, well, at least it's not just RE4 remake all over again with a different story because you're basically getting RE4 remake. That's what you're getting. It's the same Resident Evil engine. Resident Evil 7 and 8 feel exactly like Resident Evil 2 and 4 because I said this. I actually said this um, when Resident Evil 2 the remake when Resident Evil 2 remake came out. And somebody asked me like, "Well, how is it?" I was like, "Well, it feels a lot like Resident Evil 7 in third person. Like it's basically the same game, really. You just changed the from third to first person." And people thought they didn't get what I was saying. They didn't get what I was saying when I said it back then. But fast forward to today, Resident Evil 9, you could switch between first and third person anytime. So that proves it's the same engine. It proves it's exactly the same. Resident Evil 9, they're touting that as a feature. They're like, you can play in third person, you can play in first person, and you can switch anytime. Lucky us, right? So, so essentially, they're giving us the same thing over and over again. But what they're doing is they're saying, okay, it's the same game all over again, but the zombies have jobs now. It's like, okay, I didn't want that. I guess it's cool. And you got to collect their blood and make stuff. Okay. Okay. So, it'd be like if you had it's like if you made a sandwich the way, exactly the way you wanted it. Yeah, you've had the sandwich before, but, you know, you wanted it. You're in the mood for this sandwich. You're not going to make it differently than you made it the last 10 times, but that's what you're in the mood for. And then you're just like, well, let me just pour half a bag of potato chips into the sandwich too, just because. And I'll put a slice of cheesecake in the sandwich too, because I'll just have my dessert now. I won't eat it after. Just do that. Like pie cake and style. Yeah, but I guess a pie caken would be. I guess the in this analogy, a pie caken would be like a company that mashes a bunch of stuff together and it works better than people thought it would. Like, I'm trying to think. I think there was something recently that was like a perfect example of that. Not AIR. No, I'm talking about like a video game. Like, am I thinking of? Is that what I'm thinking of? You know that game Ananta or whatever it's called? No, I'm not thinking of that. That's too new. It's not even out yet. No, it's like how Spider-Man was like a combination of they mashed Arkham City, they mashed Assassin's Creed, and they mashed like a third type of game. Infamous, maybe? I don't know. The point is, I think Capcom is just they're trying to coast, but then they're just like stuffing garnish into the main dishes. So Resident Evil 4 or like Resident Evil 9 is just going to be like Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil 2 in essence, but they're going to add mechanics and crap on top of it to make you think you're getting something different. So you can't complain that's the same old stuff, at least not that easily. You'd have to look past some layers of stuff. And then having collaborations with watches and Porsche, I don't really think that matters to anybody either.